If you look at the top tier of European politics, you won't find many transformative figures. Instead, you find a collection of technocrats, often described as milquetoast. This isn't an accident of personality, it's a feature of the system. The European Commission is essentially designed for weakness. The process of selecting a Commission president doesn't reward the boldest vision. It rewards the person who offends the fewest member states. To get the job, you must be the lowest common denominator candidate. If you have a strong, independent vision for Europe, you'll inevitably irritate a national capital like Paris, Berlin, or Budapest, and they will veto you. The result? A leadership class that excels at process and consensus, but lacks the strategic soul to lead in a crisis. The milquetoast nature of EU politics is most visible in what Luis Garicano calls politics without trade-offs. In a world of scarce resources, leadership is about making hard choices. But the EU's institutional DNA is built to avoid them. Brussels specialises in ambitious documents that assume resources for every priority: green transition, rearmament, and social welfare, without acknowledging the massive scarcity of funds or the trade-offs required. Because EU politicians aren't directly accountable to a single European electorate, they can afford to remain milquetoast. They don't have to tell the public no. They just keep drafting regulations while the actual thinking and doing are outsourced to Washington or Beijing. When you can't lead strategically, you lead bureaucratically. This is how Europe became a regulatory superpower. A title that sounds impressive until you realize it's a consolation prize for failing to innovate. As the Silicon Continent Archive points out, EU politicians have replaced entrepreneurial boldness with regulatory productivity. They write the rules for AI, for tech, and for energy, but they don't build the companies that actually use them. By 2026, the gap is undeniable. While the US builds the future, Europe is busy finding it. This milquetoast approach, prioritizing the safety of the status quo over the risk of progress, has turned Europe into a spectator in a multipolar world. The tragedy isn't a lack of talent in Europe, it's a lack of visionary leadership at the top. We have the engineers and the physicists, but we have a political class that is more comfortable managing decline than sparking a new European renaissance. As long as the Commission remains designed for weakness, EU politicians will continue to be milquetoast by necessity. They are the stewards of a system that rewards the comfort of moral positioning over the burdens of actual power. The question for 2026 isn't just about policy, it's about character. Does Europe want to be a rule maker or just a rule taker? To change the answer, we have to change the architecture of weakness that defines Brussels today.